Raw and Nerdy.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Raw and Nerdy. This is episode number 80. We are getting closer to that triple-digit episode number. I am Joe the Widget, and I am joined by my fellow co-host, the nerd extraordinaire, Archon.
What's up, everybody? Don't be disappointed. It's just me tonight. Rook, unfortunately, this is his week to work, so it is just Wigit and I holding down the fort.
Yep, you gotta deal with us. And we're not going to be doing Gaming Through the Ages tonight because we're getting ready to close that out, and we don't want to do it without Rook.
Right, of course. I mean, unless we want to do, like, arcade and handheld, and I don't know. I've been liking this series. It's been a lot of fun, so
Yeah.
I don't want it to come to an end. Don't want it to end. I want it to last forever.
Well, we got plenty of other things we can talk about on the show and come up with some new segments to talk about. Maybe some not gaming related, but you know, that's one of the things that me, you, and Rook are passionate about is gaming, so it's going to come up quite a bit on the show.
That is true.
And I, for one, am okay with that.
Do a movies through the ages segment.
I don't know how we would quantify that. I mean, it's possible. I think my movie like catalog starts in the 80s. Anything before that, nah, didn't really care about. I mean, the original Star Wars. That was about the earliest I'll go.
I mean, I watched some old Disney movies with
Well,
the kids.
that's true. That's true. But
Those
most of
came out
my
like the
favorites came out
30s.
in the 90s. Lion King and all that good stuff.
That's fair.
So we're going to talk about other little things. We got a whole bunch of a mixed bag in the news. From a three-eyed predator that was just discovered by paleontologists to why orange cats are orange cats in male, and a whole bunch of gaming news. And one of them that was brought up by our co-host on Bethesda Raw, Kilo, on our Discord. So we're going to check that out.
Yeah, that was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, that should be an interesting conversation. So before we even begin, because my week didn't have time for gaming, and I don't have too much time for it, and it affects me in certain ways. So I wanted to bring up this little bit of conversation because all three of us, like I said, are really into gaming. It's what we do, but why do we do it? What is the effect that gaming has for us? For instance, it is something that really calms me down. I deal with a lot of stress with work and other things throughout my week, and when I get into a game, I can zone out everything and just focus on the game. And just let everything else just melt away. I get lost in a different world and enjoy it. And I do it a lot for my shows as well. So there's a little bit of business behind it. But mostly it's for that personal enjoyment of getting lost in this world.
Yeah. Guys in general have a trait that a lot of women don't have, and it's called a nothing box, where we can go in and think of absolutely nothing and just be totally content with it, and that our brains just work differently that way. And for me, gaming kind of triggers that. Like, I will get in, it like shuts, like it's something I could do that just shuts my brain off to where I don't have to like think about things. I can just sit there and just, you know, have fun and enjoy what I'm doing. Like Widget said, it calms me down. It like if I'm having like a super stressful day or I'm really angry about something and I get into a game, it's almost like a drug. I mean, it just literally just takes me from a 10 and brings me right down to like a 4 or a 3. Like, it calms me down, especially if and I have different games for different situations. Like, if I'm angry about something, then I want to go play like Mortal Kombat or like Call of Duty or something where I could just like decimate people, and then it makes me feel better without actually having to go out and decimate people. So, I mean, it's therapeutic.
It is. It is. It's extremely therapeutic, I would say.
Mm-hmm. But then again, there's other games that like anything that is made by From Software, for instance, like any of the Souls games that will have the opposite effect on me. They'll take me from being in a good mood and like literally make me start raging at my TV. So,
speaking of which, I played Doom last night for the first time. The Dark Ages, the new one. I'll talk a lot about that on the show on Bethesda Raw, which is our new show coming out every Friday morning. Check it out on all platforms. All things Bethesda, really, the video game company.
Yeah.
And
Doom.
It gave me a rush.
It is one of those games that'll calm you down for sure.
It scratched an itch I
mean,
forgot I had. That epic first-person shooter, in-your-face action and just brutality of it.
Yeah, that first time you like charge into a group of 40 things with your shield and watch them explode, it just makes you feel good inside. Maybe I'm a little sadistic, but hey, that game's pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. I've been having a lot of fun with it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into some good detail about that when we record that show.
Same Z's.
It's gonna be a blast, and I can't wait to get
Hopefully,
back into it.
yeah. Hopefully, I'll be able to be on the show this week because I want to talk about it too because I've been having a lot of fun with it.
And my go-to game, like I've talked about before on the show, to really relax me and let me just zone out, even if I'm put on a YouTube video and just play it, is Minecraft. To me, that's the most relaxing game I have ever played. Unless you're playing hardcore. Wait. I don't know about this new one. It may not be as relaxing.
Oh, just wait. I got on and I was like, I'm just gonna check it out for a little bit and see if I like it. And then it was 6 hours later, and I was like, yep, this is definitely like Minecraft. It is like very relaxing, and it definitely, you just don't realize how long you played in this game.
What he's talking about is Vintage Story, and it's a game that's not on Steam, it's not on Xbox, it's being developed somewhere in Europe, I forgot where, and they're just kind of basically selling it from their site right now. And I've seen many reviews on the game saying it's damn near perfect in many ways.
I have found one issue that bothers me. It kind of like makes me twinge a little. You have your inventory, like it's like Minecraft. You have your inventory bar, and then you have your inventory, right, that you got to go into. And for some reason, I'm gonna report this because I don't know if this is an intended feature. Because if it is, it's a really dumb intended feature. But for some reason, if my whole inventory bar down at the bottom is full, it doesn't matter if I have slots in my inventory open. It won't let me pick something up.
Really?
I have to take one of those things and put it into my inventory and click on it again with an empty spot on the bar down at the bottom to pick it up.
Yeah, that has to be a bug. Because that's a feature. That's a really dumb feature.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't like this.
But the thing about it though is it's a survival game like Minecraft is, but unlike Minecraft, it actually has 4 seasons, and you have to prepare for 4 seasons. Like when you go into winter, a lot less animals spawn. Most crops don't grow. And you have to preserve your food.
It's not less animals spawn. It's that they produce less meat. So they're like skinnier animals in the winter. So you'll still see just as many wolves, but when you kill them, they drop a lot less. So you got to be careful.
Yeah.
And yeah, your food spoils.
You got to dig a cellar and get sealed clay jars and things like that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like it's a little bit more realistic. The crafting and stuff is really cool. Like for instance, like to make a pickaxe, instead of just putting a bar and a stick and you have a pickaxe or whatever, you have to you take the little piece of stone you have, you set it on the ground, and you have to carve out the axe handle. I mean the axe head, and then attach it to a stick. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a lot more detailed. I saw a video where they compared Minecraft to Vintage Story making an anvil. So they go step by step on how to make an anvil in Minecraft, getting the iron and the coal and melting it and then forming it, and then you get your anvil. In Vintage Story, the whole process was 8 times longer. And that was just you have to create the mold piece by piece using clay.
Yeah. And for real. And I'm at the point now where I'm just about to start with copper and be able to make copper things, which is good because you can't even mine the basic stone. You don't even get a pickaxe until you can do copper. So it's right now I can't mine anything. I can dig in the dirt, but I can't mine anything, and it drives me nuts. But it is one cool thing that I found about it is that even though I can't mine, in order to get copper, you can make a little panhandling bowl, and you can go out in the water and panhandle yourself some minerals. And I mean, it's kind of a slow process, but it's cool. You sit there just shaking your little tin around and finding,
and the building's a lot more detailed than Minecraft. It's not just doing your blocks, but you can actually create different shapes depending on how you carve out stone and other
I haven't got
materials.
that far yet. I haven't got anywhere close to that. I can't even make logs. I can make logs, but I can't make planks or anything to make siding or anything yet, because you need a saw or something for that, and I can't make a saw yet because I don't have copper yet. It's man, it's super. It's like playing Minecraft on hard mode with all the cool mods already added into the game.
That's what I was hoping for. When I did looked at all the reviews and all the plays of the game, I was really hoping for something like that, but hopefully it doesn't get too tedious. And one of the guys that I was watching said, play everything on default settings You'll hate your life, but it will teach you the game. And then you can go back and change everything, because you can tweak all the different things and settings, kind of like how Starfield is now, where you can go in and tweak how you want to play the game.
Yeah.
That's
the one thing that I do wish that they would add, and it's another comment that I'm going to make on it, because the game is still in early access, so they're taking like, they have like a place where you can send in your comments and stuff. But one thing I really wish they would add is an American conversion. Like everything in the game is like set in Celsius and stuff, and like I don't know Celsius. Like I don't know that stuff. Like I mean, I guess I just go with it until I make make it happen. But like I wish there was a way to make it like English conversions.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm hoping it on some kind of colorblind mode. That would be great.
Turn it on dumb American mode.
A lot of the colors in that game blend together to my eyes. So that's one thing I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't really play with the options all too much. So I've just been playing it on default. I do like there's like 5 different game settings you can do, which is kind of cool. There's like just like your standard. Then there's like if you want it more survival. There's if you want it less survival. There's one that's like if you want to be like the first person on the earth and there's no one else, like no NPCs or anything and no lore in the game. And then there's like a true like hardcore mode. It's like
I know they have a huge modding community already for it.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I'm wondering if like they have graphic mods kind of similar to the
shaders.
Not just shaders.
That would be that
resource packs in Minecraft.
Oh yeah. To be honest, the graphics are better. I think they're a little bit better than Minecraft. But they're definitely not as good as shaders, like if you had shaders.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see if they have ways of modding the graphic content. See if it would be easier on my eyes. Like, I use pure BD craft in Minecraft because it's super easy on my eyes, and things don't blend together. When I'm mining in Minecraft with default textures, I can barely see iron, and I can't tell the difference between iron and copper at all. So I need that help.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because I know I have noticed, like, there's different degrees. I mean, one good thing that I do like about this game is when you hover over any type of block on the top of the screen, it tells you what block that is. So that might help you as well. Like if you hover over the block, you'll be able to see, oh, this is iron. This isn't. So like that is a big positive. I know you can do like group servers and stuff too, which is cool. But this is one of the, based on what I've seen so far, this is going to be one of those games that like if you're playing with friends, you need to play with friends. Like not play on your own with your friends, because like I'm assuming the time is gonna pass if somebody's online.
Yeah, that's the only way it would work. So you gotta
behind. Play together, otherwise the other guy, your food would spoil if I was playing and you weren't. Like we would have to have like.
I'm gonna be looking at doing a server together for us to play on.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna keep that server off until we're on together. I won't turn it on when I'm alone. I won't turn it on when you're alone. When we're together, we'll turn it on.
Don't do that. We could just play together. Like have a group food source that like if you're on, you're monitoring it and you're making sure things aren't spoiling and you're sealing up jars and putting in like a stores, and I'm doing the same when I'm on, instead of you have your base and I have mine, because then we're not really playing together anyway. It's just we gotta collaborate as a team, because if I could only play anytime you were available, that would suck, because A, you're 3 hours behind, and B, you hardly ever have time to even play.
Well, then you're gonna be on a lot without me, and I'm gonna get far behind.
There's times when you're on that I'm not, though, and there's gonna be plenty of times I'm not gonna have a whole lot of play time. I'm gonna be busy working all the time. So
yeah, we'll talk about it. But I do want to play the game with you. I think that'd be a blast. I'm gonna get in, learn it a little bit. And then I'll get the server up and running. That's one reason I got my PC, was so I can run servers for us.
Yeah.
And
that would be cool.
A huge fan of survival games, and this looks right up my alley. I just don't like it when games go too survival.
This game is Minecraft. This game is we'll say this game is as Minecraft as Pal World is Pokemon. Like it's so similar.
Yeah.
That it's
I heard
different.
A lot of people call it Vintage Story is like Minecraft 1.5.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like there are differences, obviously, especially in the way you craft and stuff. But other than that, it's
got
Minecraft,
a blocky world. The animals look super similar.
Yeah, it's
the wolves look identical. I was like, how are they getting away with that?
Yeah, problem with that though is the wolves will two-shot you.
Yeah, I heard that. Bears will maul you.
The animals are rough.
Even the rams will kick your butt.
Dude, I made the mistake of attacking a wolf, and yeah, not doing that again until I have like good weapons and armor, because that thing turned around and I was dead. You even got to be careful like what you eat, because I ate a mushroom and died earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't eat the red caps, man. Don't do it.
Well, I should have known, because this thing, oh, gosh, it was called like a funeral something mushroom, and I was like,
A
yeah, I
funeral
should have
bell?
known. Yeah.
Funeral bells are
I was like,
deadly.
I should have known not to eat something with funeral in the name. But hey, I would
Die and learn.
I needed food. Like you have to keep up with your food in this game, and it like goes down a lot quicker than I would like. But they really emphasize like farming and like stocking up food for the winter for sure. Like I guess when you start the game, you have 70 in-game days before the winter starts. So you have some time. Plus they give you 7 days in-game time before the monsters spawn. So that's also a positive. You have a little bit of time to learn how to play the game before.
One thing I'm a little worried about is they mentioned the temporal storms. And I'm not sure what that's about, but a lot of baddies come out during that time, apparently.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the point when baddies come out yet. Like I still have, I think, 2 days, two in-game days left before the monsters come, and I'm not ready because I don't have any weapons or armor yet. I have a little house built, but that's it.
No protection.
And I have no clue if these monsters can like wreck your house, or if you're safe while you're inside, or what. But
Oh, I have a little host. See, I've been kind of talking about my week a little bit. Well, I'm going to talk more Binge story too, especially when we get more into it. I want to talk more about it on the air. Maybe we can call them up and say, hey, we're talking about your game on the air. Can you come in and talk to us and then talk to us about it? Maybe sponsor the show. Anyway, I went to San Diego, like I do a lot for work, on Wednesday and Thursday, and I had to stay 2 nights. Normally, I book the hotel with my company card, go in, check in, and then they charge, and I'm not allowed to put the deposit fee on my company card for some reason. I have to do it on my own personal card. You get the money back. Well, in a way, I understand that. But I went in, and it was at the Days Inn by Wyndham in Hotel Circle, San Diego. And the 2 times I stayed at this hotel before, they screwed up my reservation. One time, they canceled it entirely because I didn't show up in time. So I had to wait and talk to them for 2 hours to get a room. It was ridiculous. Well, you can just cancel and go get a room somewhere else. Every time I go to that hotel, the front desk are a-holes. Complete a-holes. Well, this time, the guy at the front desk was actually really cool. I got there really late because we recorded a show, Bethesda Raw. I got that edited and put out, and then I left. And so I got there about 11 o'clock. I let them know, hey, I'm going to be there by 11:30, so they didn't panic and cancel my reservation again. Got there. The guy was really cool, very new. It's like, oh, yeah, I do see it's prepaid. He was getting ready to charge me the full amount of the hotel. Finally, he got past that and said, cool, let's do the deposit. Didn't even tell me the deposit amount because I'm used to it being $100 to this place, and then $20 a night for parking. Used to that. Gave him my card, charged it. The next morning, I checked my bank account because the money I had set aside for my meals that day had vanished. Completely vanished. Checked my account. They charged me double of the deposit. So I went back to the hotel on my break, yelled at them for about 15 minutes. Well, not yelled, but was not happy. And because all they would say was, sorry, we can't do anything about that. We issued a return, but it's going to take 3 to 5 business days. What am I supposed to eat today? You guys literally stole my entire money, all my money for food. Well, we can't do anything about that. Sorry. Thankfully, they gave me a free frozen hamburger that night. That was my dinner, which at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was up in intense pain with a severe stomach issue that lasted until 3 o'clock in the morning. So that was fun. Yeah. Then the next day, I getting ready to go home, and all my money from my return home trip for gas and everything was gone.
They took more money?
They took another $100 deposit out that morning, attempting to fix their problem. And when I went to them about it, this time extremely fuming, no apologies whatsoever. It's going to take 3 to 5 business days to issue. We issued the return. They said, call your bank. Maybe they can do something for you. Call my bank. No, it's pending charge. We can't do anything about it until it clears. It should clear today. It never cleared. It still hasn't cleared. 3 days later, alpha pending.
I always find it amazing how they can take your money instantaneously, but it always takes them 3 to 5 business days to give it back.
Well, according to my bank, they can return it instantly. They choose not to because it's a $2 fee on their end. So, nope, sorry, we can't do anything about it. Yeah.
Well, now you know.
I am never going back to that hotel. And their internet is complete garbage. It's 9 megs up and down. And they gave me a premium.
I thought you usually stay at like a Hilton when you're down there.
I do when it's not $400 a night. They fluctuate greatly in San Diego, and it was
Doesn't make any
$412
sense.
a night for that week, and because there was some event going on in San Diego, and it was dumb. So yeah, I'm not staying at that hotel ever again. And they gave me a premium room in the back of the hotel. There's one building where it's set off the side, and you have to use your key card to get into the elevator. And my premium room, I'm using air quotes here, was supposed to be a king size bed with a couch and all the amenities. There was a spot for a couch, but the couch was not there. And the king size, the sheets stunk. The bathroom was dusty. Yeah, the worst hotel experience I have ever been in. Got stolen from, the room was terrible, the internet's trash, and the front desk clerks are a-holes.
You didn't get stolen from, you got borrowed from. You'll get it back in 3 to 5 business days.
If I don't get every damn penny back,
Oh,
yeah, I'm going to press charges on that hotel.
That's ridiculous.
I even posted a review and they emailed me saying, "How was your stay?" Oh, let me tell you. Posted a 1-star Google review. Haven't heard a peep from them. And I've been playing Balatro every night before I go to sleep on my phone.
You're welcome.
That game's freaking addicting.
You're welcome.
Sitting there doing, like, I got every Joker unlocked almost, trying to get the last few, trying to get all these cool combos and get that 100 million one hand. And
You're way more addicted to that game than I ever was. Like I haven't played it. I can't tell you the last time I played that game, but
it's on my phone. When I'm going to bed, I can't sleep right away, so I get on the game, and within 20 minutes, I'm toast. I'm gone. And I usually get 1 or 2 rounds, curse my luck, and go to sleep. Because that's the way it is. Like, it's just terrible. I get nothing but common Jokers all the time, and it's just, yeah, it's legendarily bad.
The problem with having more Jokers unlocked is there's more to randomness to what you'll get when you're playing. Better to only have a few good ones.
And they have that blank, what do they call those things? Not
Vouchers?
Vouchers, thank you. That doesn't do anything, but you're supposed to buy 10 of them and you unlock a really good voucher. Well, I unlocked it, the really good voucher. I have never seen the really good voucher spawn once, and all I get is blank vouchers all the time still, which does nothing.
That's awesome.
Yep. So that's my week, man. That's how it's been. So a good 26 minutes in the show.
Yeah, my week was, I got really excited that I was gonna get to do some work this week and get some hours finally and start getting a good paycheck, and then
Mother Nature said no.
My job is very, very weather dependent because I do like asphalt, seal coat, that kind of stuff, and we can't do that in the rain. Well, it rained all week. All week.
Fun.
Well, let me reiterate. There was rain in the forecast all week. We didn't get, like, it seemed like every day would be nice all day and then it would rain in the evening. And all these places, like we had a couple big seal coating jobs lined up, but they were like, yeah, we don't want you to come here if there's a chance of rain because we don't want it to get screwed up. So they just wouldn't let us come. So we had no job. Well, I didn't work all week. And then Friday rolls around and it's like, oh, okay, now we got a job to go do on a Friday night, Saturday all day. But then we get there and lightning, storms. We had to close up. We came back super early this morning. Was there for a couple hours. Started raining, so we had to close up again. So now I have to go back on a Sunday tomorrow after church and probably work all day tomorrow as well.
Oh, that's so much fun.
At least Sunday's the start of the next week, and like I already have a couple days off.
I completely forgot that tomorrow's Sunday because we usually record on Sunday night. I was thinking I have to go to work tomorrow.
You know, you're good. But like good that it's the start of the week because I'm taking a couple days at the end of the week off and I want to try and get some hours in. Plus we're supposed to get rain again like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. So I got to get hours somewhere. So whatever. I mean, I don't really like working on Sundays, but got to do what I got to do this week. And then next week we have another big job that starts on Sunday evening. We're going to be working like all night Sunday night, all day on Memorial Day.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
So
you're saying no holiday pay?
Nope.
That doesn't seem legal.
I don't know. Like, I was wondering the same thing, but the guy, like, my contact, the guy that got me the job there and stuff said that they don't. We're working and we're just getting regular pay for it.
Huh.
Which kind of sucks, but, I mean, that week I should get some pretty decent hours in, though, because that's a huge job. We're putting the rubber down, doing some other work, seal coating a whole Costco, which is a massive job.
Yeah, that explains why you have to do it on Memorial Day weekend.
And restriping the whole thing. Yeah, because that's the one day they're closed. So since they're closed, we have to go in and hit all the main drive areas and everything, all the main parking, get it all done and restriped before they open back up. So yeah, I've still been keeping up with going to the gym every chance I get, which this week has been quite a bit since I haven't been working. But this week has been, if I was gonna be home, this is a good week for it because there's been Doom came out. I played a lot. I played quite a bit of that. I'm a few levels in. Been taking my time going through trying to find all the secrets and stuff. Played Indiana Jones because our buddy Kilo from Bethesda Raw he mentioned how cool the Indiana Jones in the Great Circle game was, so I was like, all right, I got to give it a try. And yeah, I agree with him. Um, it is really it's like basically like watching a movie, man. It's like watching a really good Indiana Jones movie. And I did get a chance to get into Expedition 33 a little bit.
Oh, you did?
I played it for about an hour, and the game made me really sad and depressed in the first hour.
Really?
It's amazing. Like the story is so good. That's why it hit me so hard. Like within an hour, I was already like attached to like characters, and yeah, I got all depressed. And now I have no clue what's going on with this story. It's so weird, but it's so good. And the graphics, the gameplay, the combat, just I could see why so many people like this game.
Yeah, usually when there's a big consensus like that, there's something about it.
It's
like
it's
Baldur's
really
Gate 3,
awesome.
for instance.
And then I was working yesterday, and my buddy Wigit here's like, "Oh, hey, check this trailer out for this vintage story game." And I was like, "Oh," and I saw that, and I'm like, "What is this?" My interest
Yeah.
immediately peaked.
I was looking at some things on YouTube during work, and that came up. I was like, "Ooh, let me check this out," and I had to immediately post it to you.
Yeah, and then I messaged my wife. I was like, "Hey, since I got a paycheck, can I spend $22 and buy this game?" And she's like, "As long as you don't spend $22 again for 4 more months." I was like, "I can't promise that. Thank you. Bye." And yeah, I've been playing that for the better part of the day because it's super addicting and super fun, and I'm having a blast with it. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I see. I have a huge list of video games I gotta play, and I want to play. Some of them I have to play for the shows. Others I want to play for me, and it's like, how am I gonna have time? I'll figure it out. But speaking of video games, we can either mix it up, go into some nerd news first, the like science stuff, or we can go straight into some more gaming news. What do you think?
I don't see any gaming news on here, so you got me. Oh, there it is. Let's go with science. Let's throw some science in there.
Let's mix it up a little bit. This one I found very, very interesting because paleontologists found a new creature that is carbon dated to be 500 million years old. It's a three-eyed predator. And how they kind of describe it, it's kind of like a trilobite in a way, but like a cross between a trilobite and a centipede. It's a three-eyed creature with a pencil sharpener-like mouth. How does that work? I think it has like a circular opening with rows of teeth inside of it.
Sounds all a predator centipede sounds horrible. Like I'm gonna have nightmares now.
Yeah, it does. And they carbonated 500 million years ago, nicknamed the sea moth, were found in the Burgess Shale of Canadian Rockies. They say it was an ocean-dwelling creature.
An ocean-dwelling centipede moth with a pencil sharpener mouth. This sounds like a very bad horror movie.
But apparently it was really small, because it was about the length of an index finger. So it was just basically a big bug.
What was it a predator of?
Smaller bugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, circular mouth lined with teeth. 3 eyes dotting its head, and it had these flaps on both sides of its body for swimming, and claws extending from its head. I wonder how much of this is true, because paleontology, it strikes me as very interesting science, because it's only about 10% science and 90% guess, theory. Well, it's all theory, really, because you really can't prove anything except for carbon dating and things like that, but what if the animal the species they found got beaten up really bad, it got all beat up so bad it was twisted in different ways, and that's not really how the body looked. Because they've only found like 1 or 2 of these so far, or only a couple of them. It has a pair of these jointed claws at the front of its head that have these very long spines on them, said a lead study author, Joe Moyusk, curator of paleontology and geology at the Manitoba Museum. It gives it almost a bit of an Edward Scissorhands look.
I don't remember Edward Scissorhands having scissors on his face.
Yeah, I don't either. The artist's rendition looks weird.
Terrifying?
No, actually, it looks mellow and kind and sweet and cute. Really terrible. Because they don't have the mouth showing at all. Just these weird 3 eyes. And it's only one fossil. So how can you go and say this species was like this without having multiple sample sizes?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that one was just a baby and Mama was really like 8.5 feet long.
See, that's the thing, too. I read an article recently that really fascinated me because they were talking about the size of T-Rexes. Mm-hmm. Like, how would we know what the biggest T-Rex in the world was? It's like saying, okay, taking 10 humans or even 100 humans out of billions and saying, what are the odds that we're going to have the shortest and tallest human in that small 10 human sample size out of the billions? So they believe that billions of T-Rexes over many, many thousands of years roam the Earth. They're pretty sure we haven't even come close to finding the biggest one that ever roamed. And they estimate it to be about 3 times bigger than any of the skeletons they found.
I feel like if there were billions of them, they would have found a lot more fossils than they have.
Yeah, I don't know how they came up with that number.
Like, thousands of years from now, when they're, like, going around looking, they're going to find graveyards just full of people. Just full of people. Like, again, because there's billions of us. If there were billions of them, there would be just graveyards of them everywhere.
Fossilization requires very, very specific events to occur. So it's estimated that 1 in every 10,000 dinosaurs got fossilized. Because they had to be at the right circumstances, be in the right kind of mud to encompass the body in order for it to fossilize properly. Otherwise, it just completely decomposed and broke down. I can understand that point where they're getting at, because it is something that is proven. It is something that is a very hard thing to occur, to preserve bones for millions of years, because they become part of the rock itself eventually.
Still think we would have found more of them if there were billions.
But I agree with you on that. Going off of that theory doesn't mean it to be true.
Right.
That's the thing about paleontology. It's 90% guesswork, and there's no way to prove if their theories are right, and their theories change dramatically year by year by year.
Right. Well, isn't the T-Rex supposed to be like a bird?
Nah, the Velociraptor.
That's the raptor's the one that had feathers and stuff.
They're saying that most dinosaurs, because they found some holes in some bones that resemble the birds. How do we know that didn't have some kind of disease? That sample size they found didn't have some kind of disease that created bone deformities. We don't know.
Or that those bones just like partially decomposed.
And most of the dinosaurs they find is only some pieces. There's many of these dinosaurs that are classified right now that have only found a couple pieces of the dinosaur. They've never found a complete skeleton in some of these. Like, they found full T-Rexes, okay? So I can understand that, yeah, you can get a good idea how the bones are arranged on them because you did find a full one. Same with the Triceratops. But there's many of these dinosaurs where they found... There's the Gigantus. I forgot the name of it, but something Gigantus. We're supposed to be the biggest dinosaur to ever roam the Earth. All they found was 2 bones. Yet they modeled an entire skeleton out of it with finding 2 bones.
AI, man. AI built the whole dinosaur.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that femur alone that they found was half the size of a T-Rex, but still, you can't base an entire species and name a species off of 2 bones when there's hundreds of bones in a body.
Yeah, what if they have really long legs and the rest of them is just tiny?
Yeah, a little tiny thing, like this huge... I can see it in my head. Oh my god.
The stilt dinosaur.
Giant, like 100 feet legs, and his body's down low to the ground, butt touching the ground.
Weird.
Yeah, that's weird. You don't know. There's the thing about paleontology. It's so unexact. It's just... I thought about going into paleontology when I was a kid to go on, like Indiana Jones and go after dinosaur bones, and I quickly realized after researching that science more how, I don't want to say asinine, but
how unexact
that science is.
It is not like Indiana Jones.
Oh, no. It's extremely boring. There's this really cool show that came out on Discovery of dinosaur hunters. So here in the States, there's a group of people that make a living by going after hunting dinosaur bones, basically. And the process that they do it and how they sell them, it's really, really fascinating. I highly recommend it. I got to check see if they did the season out because it ended on a cliffhanger. Did they sell the T-Rex? Because they found a complete T-Rex skeleton during that show, as well as a nearly complete Triceratops, which I thought was fascinating. And the funny thing is, most dinosaur bones have been found in the United States of America, North America, because the conditions apparently in this biome were correct for that to occur back then. I mean, they found a lot in Europe as well, in Australia, but the vast majority have been found here in the United States. And it's funny that we didn't know that dinosaurs existed until the early 1900s. Anyway, the next on my list is orange cat mystery. Did you know that orange cats are a phenomena? And that you know that the vast majority of orange cats are male?
Yeah.
The orange tabby? Yeah. Not a lot of people knew that. I studied that when I was doing my animal medicine in college, but...
I don't think I've ever seen a female one.
I have. But they're super rare. Like when we got George from my son, he's got an orange tabby. That cat's amazing, by the way. There was, I say, 8 to 10 kittens in this cage. We went to an animal shelter. I just took Timmy and Ivy out to go out for the day, let them go see some animals. No intention of actually getting an animal. We got to the shelter, and right at the front, there's this big open cage where there's a bunch of kittens, all orange tabbies, one female.
That's mean. That's like taking your kids to the ice cream shop so that they can let everybody else eat ice cream and watch them eat it. Like, if you're taking them to go look at the animals, you're going to get it. You're going to get an animal.
I kind of wanted to. I did, but I wanted to make sure it was the right animal. And George, my son's cat, was the only kitten. All the rest cowered away from us. He was the one that came up to the kids and started playing with them and batting at them. I was like, okay, you're coming home with me.
Yeah. Like, you want to go see some animals and leave them there, go to the zoo. If you're going to an animal shelter, you're going to pick out an animal.
Let's just go see some animals, get out of the house for a little bit.
Yeah.
And speaking of animals, I got a new kitten today. I couldn't help it. Went to an animal shelter. They had one kitten left, and she's absolutely freaking adorable. They pulled her out. She was cowering in the cage. They pulled her out, and then I was like, I don't know. The cat's cowering. I'm not a big fan of that. But when she got in my arms, she was just snuggling up to me and purring like crazy, being the cutest little thing ever. And then my lady came in and held her, and she's kind of scared of cats. And when she held her, she told them, because they only let us go one at a time to go back to be with the animal. She came back out saying, I told him yes. I was like, what? I thought we were going to talk about it.
Yeah, and then you're gonna wonder, why was this the last one there? And then you're gonna wake up in the morning and your couch is gonna be everywhere.
Well, so far she's absolutely been wonderful, other than pooping on the floor. But she's 8 weeks old, so she's got to still be potty trained.
My cats just instinctively went in litter boxes. I don't know if I've ever trained a cat.
It's almost instinctually. Some of them, like she's a stray, for instance, so she didn't have a parent cat that used the litter box. But it's their instinct to dig in the dirt, to go potty in the dirt, and they look for loose soil to do it. So that's why the whole sand thing works. She'll get it. When she's already went pooping, I went and picked her up and had a cloth underneath her in case any dripped, put her in the sandbox, and she finished her business in the sandbox. So
you got a sandbox?
Litter box.
Oh, it's like,
Sorry,
that's different.
Box. Yeah, and the litter box is taller than she is, so she's a little tiny thing. Couldn't find one smaller. No name for her yet, and she's got like this white mask going across her eyes, like a little superhero.
Just get like one of those little, like, go to the dollar store and pick up one of those little like tin baking pans. Just use that until she's big enough to climb into the big one.
That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. That's actually a pretty good idea.
So we always used to do when they were too small to get up into the big litter box.
So anyway, there's a chromosome in these cats that explains the orange and the fact that they become predominantly male, and it has something to do with the XY chromosome. I didn't read through the entire thing like I should have. Didn't have time. But if you're interested in that, I would definitely look into it, because it's actually a fascinating read. Because the way the chromosomes work, previously assumed that the mutation would be on the X chromosome because of the skewed sex ratio, more male than female. And explained why calico and tortoiseshell cats, which have patches of orange mixed in with black and white, are usually female. In these cases, the cats have inherited one mutated X chromosome. 2 research teams, one led by so-and-so at Stanford University, and the other U.S. led by Hiroku Sasuke at Kyushu University in Japan, initially discovered that the mutation affects a gene called ARHGAP36. And so it's basically an actual genetic trait that can occur in certain breeds of cat that create the orange tabby, and typically blocks the female chromosome.
Makes them a ginger.
So they said that breeding a female and a male orange tabby can produce more females, have better odds of it, but still it's going to be skewed. Yeah, and George is male, my son's cat, so it checks. And of the 7 that we had, or the 8 or 10 of them that were there, only one of them was female, and she was already claimed.
Yeah, she's super rare.
Yeah, I'm surprised that shelter doesn't want to keep her for themselves. So our buddy Kilo in Discord, our co-host Kilo, why did Minecraft open? Posted something in our nerdy chat that was hilarious. Apparently, Darth Vader, aka Darth Sweater, Disney and Epic Games have fixed an issue that led to an AI-voiced Fortnite Darth Vader that sounds like the late and legendary James Earl Jones cursing at players. This is the problem with using AI, especially Unchained. And Fortnite's had to fix the issue because AI Darth Vader started swearing at players in the game, and a lot of like 5 to 10-year-olds played the game.
Yeah, well, if you've ever played Fortnite, you know that those little 5 and 10-year-olds are swearing at you too.
Oh, for sure. I have no doubt. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Thanks, Kilo, for your contribution to the show, man. If you want interested in hearing him, he's every Friday morning. You can hear him on Bethesda Raw and Starfield Raw, and we did a Val Raw for a little bit, but we closed that one.
I think that would be hilarious, running around and all of a sudden Darth Vader's chasing you, swearing at you.
Come here, you little fricker. That'd be absolutely hilarious. Nintendo is giving some of their biggest Switch games a visual overhaul. And by biggest, it's like their biggest selling Switch games. And the list is ARMS, Big Brain Academy. Never heard of those. Captain Toad, sure.
Oh, ARMS is good.
Clubhouse Games, 51 Worldwide Classics. Game Builder Garage, no idea. A lot of them, they're doing visual upgrades, so resolution, frames per, or HDR. Or HDR is actually coming to the biggest ones, like Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Link's Awakening are getting those. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury are getting visual upgrades, resolution, frame rates, HDR. Game Share, up to 4 players in Super Mario 3D World, 2 players in Bowser's Fury, and local online game chat sharing. Super Mario Odyssey, visual upgrades, and Game Share, 2 players local or online.
Oh, that'd be a cool one to do multiplayer.
Yeah. A lot of them are like Joy-Con 2, mouse control, and they're adding a lot of multiplayer options apparently.
I know I saw that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is getting frame rate updates and things like that too. Those are going to be even better than they already are.
Apparently there's a big tech sale going on Memorial Day, by the way, on Amazon.
Don't tell me that. I need to stay away.
Headphones and robots and robot vacuums and laptop.
I have a robot vacuum. We used it like 3 or 4 times, and then our dog broke it.
I've been tempted to get one. They're just too expensive for me right now.
We have too many kids.
Oh,
we have too many kids because robot vacuums are great if your floor is picked up all the time and there's not toys everywhere and there's not things for it to bump into all the time. But our living room, there's no way it would work. Just not feasible.
Yeah, I can get that. All I have is my lady and a cat. So
see, we actually, one of my kids, the kids kind of trade off chores every month, but one of the kids' chores every month is every single day to come out and pick up after the 3-year-old and clean the living room, because he will literally Tasmanian devil our living room every single day.
Your little man.
Yeah, dude, he is insane. I don't understand how one little guy can make such a big mess in such a short amount of time.
Oh, they're living tornadoes. My son was the same way, and my daughter.
Whenever my stepson would come, whenever it would be his chore, he'd come out here at 6 and start picking up, and I'd be like, no, dude, you gotta wait until 8:30, when he's about to go upstairs, because if you do it at 6, by the time he goes to bed, this room will be destroyed again. You gotta wait until closer to bedtime.
Well, that's why he's doing it at 6.
No, do it right before bed so that we have a clean floor in the morning.
So there was this incident that happened with Bungie. It's a big studio, big gaming studio, responsible for Halo and things like that. My brain just farted. Destiny 2. Sorry, Destiny.
Yeah.
They have a new game coming out called Marathon. Marathon is a multiplayer first-person shooter. Now, the interesting thing about Marathon is I didn't know this until I started researching this. It was already released. It was one of Bungie's very first video games. It came out in 1994 on Max as a first-person shooter.
I'd never heard of it.
It was all PvE. And it looks pretty interesting, actually. I never heard of it either. And it had some online multiplayer and LAN multiplayer. But they're remaking it and redoing it and releasing it. And it's already plagued with a whole bunch of issues. And by issues, they got caught and admitted to stealing art from a famous online artist. Let me see. They have the name Antreal. Anti-Real is the artist name. And they admitted to it taking place and said, oops. So they took this creator's art, put it in the game, didn't pay for it, didn't tell him, nothing, no credit. That's a huge no-no. That's what we call an S-class bug in video games, and those cannot exist. Now, the game's still in alpha and beta phases right now. It's not supposed to be released until September. But they are, with all the reports going on about it, and the fact that people are really upset there is no PvE content in the game at all. It's straight PvP. But like you said off the air, there's a lot of games that are straight PvP, especially first-person shooter. But Bungie's really well known for their PvE content. That's what makes their game so good.
And, I mean, thing with those type of games, though, especially your Call of Duties and your, Overwatch and games like that, even if you put a PvE scenario in there, it's usually only a couple hours long and nobody plays it anyway. Like,
Well,
if they didn't have the campaign mode on Call of Duty, I don't think anybody would care because that's not what people buy Call of Duty
no,
for.
I didn't care about that at all. I never played Call
Yeah,
of Duty, the
yeah,
PvE content.
yeah. You buy it to go
But
play in the death
on the flip
matches.
side, though,
Like,
Halo was more well known for their PvE, and their multiplayer was also well known, but not as much as the story content. The same with Destiny 2. It's all about the PvE gameplay.
right, but that's not this game. This
True.
game is
I mean, I
PvP
can
game.
understand why people are complaining, but still, a game is what it is. And if they're doing a PvP game, it should be just PvP. I get it.
Right.
I mean, the game itself looks halfway interesting. I did looked up a couple screens of it. They've been very tight-lipped about most of the game. But Forbes had an interview with some employees at Bungie about this, and they're basically calling it the morale in the office after all these accusations and the complaining going on about the game and how it's having some internal issues with bugs and things like that, that it's a free-for-all across all departments. And then one source said that the vibes have never been worse, and the staff are concerned about what happens if Marathon flops, something the studio cannot afford. There's been nothing said about a potential delay for the current September release date, but they've changed a lot of the different beta testing protocol.
Oh,
And that's getting them in a lot of trouble right now.
it always seems really weird to me when you hear of something like this and them talking about how they can't afford to have a bad game when this studio has made millions and millions off of Halo and Destiny. Like, they should be able to afford one bad game. Like,
Bungie is in a very precarious position right now. They have lots of Destiny 2 updates and expansions on the way, but there's no guarantee that'll bring back the people that they need. Yeah, you're right, though. And they still make a lot of royalties off of Halo, especially even the show, which kind of flopped anyway, but
yeah,
they still make good money. And it's sad to see this, that a big studio like this is apparently relying on one video game to be successful. Yet, a team of 6 people made an amazing game, AAA quality, at like 1/100th of the budget. It's all about talent. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still floored at like how basically flawless that game is.
And a lot of people, like even me, I've never been a big fan of indie studios, but because, well, if you got like the 1 or 2 person developers, the graphics are always crap. And if the graphics aren't crap, the content's crap because they don't have the talent pool. But what Expedition 33 did is they got the right people to fit the right roles to make all that content, and it looks like a first party title.
Well, I was actually hearing some. Gosh, man, I wish I would have wrote this down. But I was just talking to somebody yesterday about Expedition 33, and it's all the like big time designers that came from another studio, like a big studio. I can't remember which one it was though. That came together and said, "All right, we're just going to make a good game," and they're the ones who made it. So it's not like a bunch of like random devs. It's literally like all the best devs from one of the top studios that just created their own thing. Can't remember what studio it was though.
Everything I read said they were like these second-rate developers from studios like got together. Obviously not. Obviously they got the talent and the passion to do it. I mean, if you have the passion to do something like this, it can be done, and it can be done very well. Like, I would love to make the video game I design, but I don't have the art talent to do it or the programming talent. I can design the game, but yeah, that's as far as I go.
I mean, I have a feeling you would really, really enjoy it. Just because I know that you like the turn-based RPGs, like that's your style of combat. You don't like the action, the same thing. The action combat, like this actually has turn-based, like old school, but
I would absolutely love to play it. I just don't have the time right now.
Yeah.
I have too many games on my plate, professionally and privately.
That's one reason why I kind of got into Indiana Jones a little, because it says the main story you could beat it in about 15 hours.
Yeah,
it's like that. I could swing that. I could get that out of the way. Then you went and put this plague on me today.
You're welcome. What are friends for?
That game, there ain't no way I'm not dumping time into that game. Like, that game's gonna take.
That hit one of the top of my list. I got that, Doom, and Oblivion remastered. I'm working on.
Ubisoft. That's where it came from. The devs, they all came. The majority of them came from Ubisoft.
French, I believe. It's a French studio. Yeah.
Oh, it's the game is Claire Obscure. It's a French title and everything. It's very French. You will get that vibe right away. Like the opening scene, you like zooms in on this area that like it almost looks like a really like a Picasso version of the Eiffel Tower, like falling over. It's like, oh, okay.
Hey, create what you know.
right?
All right. Well, that's pretty much it for the show. Unless there's anything else you want to bring up.
No, not offhand.
All right. Well, the show's email, if you want to reach out to us, since it goes for all of our shows, but there's a Raw, this show, and everything else we've done in the past. If you want to advertise with us or have content ideas or questions, email us podcastraw, PODCASTSRAW @gmail.com. Our X is @podcastraw. Our Facebook is Raw Podcast. Our Instagram
is Raw Podcast 1.
Thank you, sir. Our Discord is discord.gg/Raw Podcast. RAWPODCASTS. See what we did there? It's like all kind of the same thing. Our Discord's a place to be. Go join it. Have fun. Talk to everybody in the community. Get us ideas for the show. It's definitely the place to be. Especially if you're a Bethesda game fan, I recommend it. So check out our new show, Bethesda Raw. Available everywhere. Also, you can follow us individually. I am at The Wigit, THEWIGIT, everywhere.
And you can find me at Archon606, basically everywhere.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody, and have a fantastic nerdy week.
Have a great week, guys.